Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone for the Sunday morning online gathering. So hope you are all happy in Krishna consciousness. So today we'll be talking about the importance of sadhana bhakti, importance of sadhana in our spiritual life. So it is explained in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. সাধনা ভক্তি থেকে হয় রতির উদয়, রতি গাঢ় হইলে তারে প্রেম নাম কয়. It is explained that by performing sadhana, what happens? The result of sadhana is awakening of ecstasy. And when ecstasy is consolidated, matures, then it becomes prema bhakti. Sadhana bhakti leads to bhava bhakti, and bhava bhakti becomes prema bhakti. So practice. Sadhana bhakti means devotional service and practice. So perfection comes from practice. Every field, the success formula is practice. Practice, practice, and practice. In the same way, in our spiritual journey also, the success, what is the success of spiritual journey? Attain love of Godhead. So we can attain love of Godhead through sadhana bhakti. So there are different limbs or different forms, different angas of sadhana bhakti. So Chaitanya Charitamrita explains, Bhajaner Madhya Shrestha Navavida Bhakti, Krishna Prem Krishna Dite Dhare Mahashakti, Tar Madhya Sarvashrestha Nam Sankirtan, Niraparadhe Nam Loile, Pai Prema Dhan. It is said, Bhajaner Madhya Shrestha. Bhajan and Bhajan. Bhajan means eating. Eating for the body, and bhajan means eating for the soul. So food for the body and food for the soul. So sadhana or bhajan is the food for the soul. So there are many limbs of sadhana bhakti, but it is said here 9 processes of devotional service is topmost. Why? Krishna Prem Krishna Dite Dhare Mahashakti. It has a potency to give Krishna and love for Krishna. And all of you know Navada Bhakti, Navavida Bhakti, 9 processes of devotional service has been explained in Srimad Bhagavatam by Prahlad Maharaj. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasham Sakham Atma Nivedanam. It starts from Shravan, hearing, Kirtanam, chanting, then Smaranam, remembering. In that way, there are 9 processes of devotional service. Then it is further explained, Tar Madhya Sarvashrestha Nam Sankirtan. Out of these 9, even greater importance is chanting of the holy name. Why? Niraparade Nam Loile Pai Pramadhan. If we chant the holy name without any offense, we attain love of Godhead. So therefore, if we want to attain perfection in spiritual life, we have to practice. And His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, has given us the process. The process which is given by Srila Prabhupada is the process to be practiced by the followers of Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada has not given anything new. It is coming from Shastra, it is coming from the previous Acharyas only. So Prabhupada used to emphasize morning program. Srila Prabhupada wrote a letter to his followers, students, that attending morning program and attending evening program is compulsory for every member of ISKCON. That time everybody used to stay in the temple. Everybody was temple residents. Everybody was full-time missionary for ISKCON. And Prabhupada expected that all of them will attend morning program and evening program. So what is morning program? Morning program is Mangalarati, chanting of the holy name, 16 rounds. Then Sringara Arati, Darshana Arati, Guru Puja, then Srimad Bhagavatam class. 4:30 to 9. So this is the most potent form of sadhana. All of you, mostly you all stay in your home. So therefore the standard of sadhana given by Srila Prabhupada may be little difficult for you to practice, but certain aspects need to be practiced. Whether you are at home or whether you are staying in the temple or wherever you are. So Prabhupada used to say, getting up early in the morning is very, very important aspect of our sadhana. And if we cannot get up early in the morning, that is a symptom of spiritual weakness. Unless someone is sick, slept very late, that is understandable. But in general, a devotee is expected to get up early in the morning. So Prabhupada used to say that everybody should get up by 4 o'clock and attend Mangalarati at 4:30. That is the temple schedule for everyone. And somebody asks Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, when can I miss Mangalarati? Very interesting question. So Prabhupada said, you can miss Mangalarati when you are dead. That was the answer given by Prabhupada. So Prabhupada emphasized so much getting up early in the morning. It's known as Brahma Muhurta. If anybody wants to see Param Brahma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he should practice to see Brahma Muhurta. Unless we see Brahma Muhurta, we cannot have the opportunity or fortune to see the Param Brahma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So getting up early in the morning, regularly, every day, is very, very important part of sadhana bhakti and attending Mangalarati. So at your home, you can adjust the timing a little bit, but getting up early in the morning remains the same principle. Not only in spirituality, even people in the other field, they are also recognizing. Activities done before sunrise is very, very powerful. And they want to invest energy in those time. And Mahaprabhu used to say, Jiv jago, gora chado bole, katu nidra jao maya pisachira kole. We have to get up. We have to be awakened from slumber. So getting up is very, very important, and practicing sadhana bhakti during morning hours is a very, very important principle. Then after Mangal Aarti, we have to have the time to chant the holy name of the Lord. Actually, chanting of the holy name, the chanting that minimum 16 rounds is the most important spiritual activity. Because that is the process in this age of Kali. And that is the how we take when we take initiation from the spiritual master. So following four regulative principles and chanting minimum 16 rounds. And that should be done very, very sincerely. What is the meaning of sincerity? Sincerity means we should chant the holy name early in the morning, and we have to allot time for that. Something is important, we allot time. It's not that whenever I find time, I chant. It is not the way. Just like breakfast is very important for us, lunch is very important for us, office is very important for us. That's why these activities are allotted time. There's a breakfast time, lunch time, office time. So everything has a timing. In the same way, if we treat chanting of the holy name as important, then we have to allot time for that. And if we allot time early in the morning, that's the best time. It is expected before we start our day, means start our duties. Before starting our duties, we should complete our 16 rounds. But if it is not possible due to time factor and other factors, at least most of the rounds should be completed before we start our duties in our material field. So, chanting 16 rounds should be the most important focus because it is the most important activity. And somehow, due to different reasons, we don't give focus on this important activity in our life. So, chanting has to be done very sincerely. We should sit down, if possible, with other devotees, if it is practically doable. We should sit together, maybe the family members can sit together, maybe other devotees can sit together, maybe the neighbors, those who are devotees, they can sit together and chant the holy name. So when we chant together, focus is more. But if we chant alone inside my room, then focus will be different. We may be sleeping, we may be doing something else, our focus will not be there. But if we chant together in the association of devotees, then we have focus. That is the point. So focus is a secret of success. Prabhupada used to say, sit properly and hear attentively. So chanting during morning hours, means before sun rises, it is in the mode of goodness. Chanting during the day, because daytime is in the mode of passion, so that's why quality of the chanting will be the mode of passion. And after sunsets, evening, night time, it is in the mode of ignorance. It applies to the sadhaka, those who are not transcendental. For a transcendental person who is a pure devotee, whenever he chants, it is pure. But as a practicing devotee, as a sadhaka, we should focus our chanting in a positive way, and that can happen in the morning hours. Because morning hours is very, very powerful. Then we should chant sitting down. If you chant sitting down, that is in the mode of goodness. If you chant by walking, running, whatever, that is in the mode of passion. And if you chant by lying down, that is in the mode of ignorance. Again, this applies to those who are not transcendental, those who are not completely pure, practicing devotee. For a Siddha, those who are perfect, they can chant in any situation, any time, in any manner. But for a sadhaka like us, we have to follow the principle. So if you have any problem sitting down because of health reason, other reasons, then you can walk and chant. That's okay. But when you walk and chant, don't walk looking at different things outside, morning walk, that walk. So then what happens? Then mind goes here and there, and your attention is completely away from chanting. Even if you walk and chant, that should be done in a place where nothing else is there to see. So focus is there. So main important aspect is that mind should be focused in chanting. That is the most important principle. So when we chant together, chant sitting down, morning hours, mind is more focused in chanting of the holy name. Then Guru Puja. So Srila Prabhupada's Guru Puja is also very, very important activity. He told one of his disciples, Prabhupada told, that if you cannot do anything in the morning, at least these two should be done. Attend my Guru Puja and chant minimum 16 rounds. Then you can start your day. So Srila Prabhupada is the founder Acharya of our movement. And recognizing him in that position is very, very important. Because we have to be very, very grateful. Because of Srila Prabhupada, we are now in Krishna consciousness. Without Prabhupada, we cannot think of that people from different parts of the world get the opportunity to become Krishna conscious. And Prabhupada is the founder Acharya, the preeminent Shiksha Guru of our society. He is the Guru of our society. So without Guru, how we can approach Krishna? That's why Srila Prabhupada has introduced that Mangalarti time also, we first worship Guru. That Gurvastakam is the glorification of Guru. Then we have Srila Prabhupada's Guru Puja. So that is the way Prabhupada has designed. Because if we focus on Guru, then mercy of Krishna will flow more easily. Because it is said in Shastra, worship of the Lord is very topmost worship. But worshipping the Vaishnavas, worshipping the spiritual masters is higher principle than worshipping the Lord. So, participating in the Guru Puja of Srila Prabhupada, offering flowers to Srila Prabhupada, acknowledging, recognizing him as our preeminent Shiksha Guru, founder Acharya, the integral part of our spiritual journey, that is very, very important. Then, after that, we have Srimad Bhagavatam class. So, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam regularly is also very, very important part of sadhana bhakti. So when Prabhupada was there, he used to give class every day, wherever he was. But he is not there with us physically now. But his books are there. We are reading from his books and lecturing from his books only. So in that way, we'll be always connected with Prabhupada if we hear from his books. So I don't know how you practice this aspect of sadhana bhakti at your home. You can do reading Prabhupada's purports together, or you can hear online Prabhupada's tape. You can do in many ways. But hearing Srimad Bhagavatam every day is very, very important principle of sadhana bhakti. So Prabhupada also during his time introduced evening program, because Prabhupada's time, after morning program, devotees used to take prasadam and go out for preaching. And they used to come back and they used to hear, used to take prasad, then they used to have Bhagavad Gita class, then go to Arati, then take milk, hear Krishna book, and go to sleep. That was the schedule of the devotees. Very, very intense schedule. But nowadays, most of the devotees, they stay at home. So morning program is difficult, how to talk about evening program. But Prabhupada used to say also, his father used to have evening program. Either you should go for preaching or do evening program. If you have a preaching program, that's nice. Then you should go for the preaching program. And if you don't have preaching program, then have small evening program at your home. It's a sandwich program. Morning and evening sadhana and daytime our duties or seva. So by the touch of the morning program and by the touch of evening program, what happens? The activities what we do during the day is surcharged with Krishna consciousness. The quality of service depends on sadhana. Sometimes there is a question, sadhana is important or service is important? Huh. Yesterday also that question was asked. So both are important and both are interrelated. There should be a balance. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur used to say, 8 hours for the body, 8 hours for the soul, and 8 hours for the duties. So we have to take care of our body, we have to take care of our soul, and also we have to take care of our duties or services. And time should be allotted accordingly. This is called time management. So time management has been given by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur wonderfully. He was the magistrate during British rule in India. He had a huge family, but he maintained this balance. Body, soul, and duties. Sadhana is important, service is also important. But there should be a balance. Morning for sadhana, daytime for service. So if we do too much sadhana, no seva, we become lazy. And if we do too much seva, no sadhana, we become crazy. Imbalance. That's why you have to strike a balance between sadhana and seva. Krishna also talks about this balancing of life in Bhagavad Gita. Yuktahara viharasya yukta chestasya karmasu yukta sapna bhavadasya yoga bhavati dukkha. So, yoga, a yogi, he is free from all sufferings and miseries of this world. Why? Because he leads a balanced life. Balanced life. Yuktahara viharasya. Eating should be regulated, balanced. Eating, sleeping, recreation, any activity, that should be balanced. We should not eat too much, we should not eat too less, we should not sleep too much, we should not sleep too less. If we do that, we will go into extremes in our life. Just like sleeping. If we sleep too much, then we become lazy. If we sleep too less, we become crazy. There should be a balance. The purpose is to say 6 hours sleep is good for our health. Minimum 6 hours sleep is needed. Some people may need little more. But sometimes we try to imitate the acharyas. Prabhupada used to sleep 2 hours, 2.5 hours at night. If we imitate that, we'll have imbalance because we are not at the level of Srila Prabhupada. We should not imitate the acharyas. We should follow the instruction of the acharyas. But if you sleep too much, then also you become lazy. Right? And we experience imbalance, we experience miseries, we experience diseases. So balanced life means we will not have any health problem, we will not have any mental problem, we don't have any spiritual problem. Balance. Nowadays, people feel very depressed, people feel lonely, so many subtle problems, gross problems, so many diseases in the body, so many problems in the mind, then also feeling discouraged in spiritual life, spiritual crisis, health crisis, mental crisis, spiritual crisis. Why crisis? Crisis comes from imbalance. Sadhana means creating a balance in life. So every aspect of our life should be balanced. Eating, if you eat too much, problem. Just like it is said, uh, if you eat too much, then you become bhogi. And if you continue to eat too much, you will become rogi. Rogi means diseased person. Bhogi means enjoyer. But we are supposed to become yogi. Yogi means regulated. So Prabhupada has given a process by which we can regulate any activity of our lives. This is called sadhana, practice. So sadhana bhakti থেকে হয় রতির উদয়. And if we are very, very consistent, not that one day good sadhana, other day no sadhana, that kind of pendulum is not recommended. Whatever we can do, we make it steady. So steady means doing the same thing, same time. Prabhupada used to maintain a very strict schedule. So as a sadhaka, as a practicing devotee, as part of sadhana bhakti, we should also maintain a very strict schedule of life. What time I should get up, what time I should chant, what time I should hear, what time I should perform my seva, what time I perform my other duties. Everything should be properly scheduled and balanced. Then what will happen? We will be happy in our life. We experience the joy of Krishna consciousness and also advance in Krishna consciousness and gradually and steadily attain perfection in our life. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Any question, comment,
Yeah,
clarification, reflections?
Maharaj, thank you so much, Maharaj. Appreciate it. We will take, we'll take some questions. First, Rajkumar Govind Prabhu, and others can raise their hand if they have questions or comments.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you very much for your lecture. Could you elaborate a bit on the meaning of offensive chanting, please? Thank you.
Offensive chanting means when you chant but commit all varieties of 10 offenses. There are 10 offenses against the chanting of the holy name. So when we chant, at the same time committing these 10 kinds of activities, that is known as offensive chanting. Hope you know the 10 offenses.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay. Anything else from anyone?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I just wanted to know the 10 offenses.
We will post in the group, don't worry.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Any other question?
Lokeshwar Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Maharaj. Yeah, I think it's repeating, but how can we remind ourselves to do constant sadhana? Yeah, we do it like, after sleep, we forget everything and then we restart, and we might not, our sincerity depends upon various other parameters loaded into our mind again. How can we constantly endeavor to do the sadhana?
The sadhana, inspiration comes when you are surrounded by sincere sadhakas. All comes from association. If you have association of devotees who are very, very sincere in sadhana, then by their association you'll be inspired. So good association is very, very important. And inspiration comes from discipline. If you do the sadhana in a disciplined way, that will give you inspiration. Discipline itself is an inspiration. One leader told that discipline in his life is the inspiration of his life. So inspiration can come from devotees, those who are very, very sincere. And at the same time, we also should be inspired by our own discipline. Maintaining the same time schedule gives us inspiration. But due to other priorities, these things become less important. That
Yeah.
is the problem we face.
Yeah.
That's why you should regularly discuss importance of sadhana bhakti. That's why sadhu sangha is very, very important. When you have regular sadhu sangha, discuss these matters, then we'll be focused and will not be diverted from the focus.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Rajkumar Prabhu.
Sorry, Maharaj, again, regarding chanting. Namabas, I think I'm using the right term. Namabas chanting, is it, I've got some idea, I have some lecture about that, but could you explain a bit what this Namabas chanting?
Namabhas is in between Suddhanam and offensive chanting. It's intermediate. Namabhas means almost you're chanting, but still it's not pure chanting. So at this stage, offenses are almost cleared, but it's not completely cleared. And also we have anarthas. Anarthas are not cleared. So we have subtle problems. And also we are almost free from offenses, but not completely free from offenses. That's why it is known as clearing stage. You are clearing, but it is not completely cleared. That is called namabhas.
So the remedies, Maharaj, we should just keep on chanting.
Yeah, that is the process. More chanting takes care of offenses to the chanting.
You happy with that, Rajkumar? You want to ask anything else?
In that stage, Maharaj, sort of, but not full concentration is always there. But I remember Radhana Swami says, you got bad dog and a good dog. In everybody got a good dog and a bad dog. So the bad dog we can't really get rid of, but we're just focusing on the good dog. The bad dog is always there, but you just repel it and just put it away. Is it that stage not there in the Shuddha Bhakti or the pure chanting?
Those who are pure, they don't have any bad dog.
But
practicing devotees are bad dog and good dog. Those who are pure, they don't have any bad dog. They are completely pure. But during that stage of clearing, we have both the dogs. So we have to focus on good dogs. So that good qualities will manifest.
okay.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you so much. I think no further questions. It's your choice, chance and opportunity, dear devotees, if you want to ask a question now.
Maharaj, one more question. Sorry, Gauranath Prabhu, before
Yeah,
you.
go on. Go on.
Maharaj, in terms of preference, if you got more time, in your hand, okay, maybe it's in a different related to everybody else's, but what's your recommendation? Reading or chanting more rants or hearing?
For what?
After the person's done his 16 rand, if it got more time, would you go more chanting or reading or hearing or what's
Prabhupada
the
said,
balance?
if you don't have anything to do, keep on chanting. But if you have other services, do that. That's Prabhupada's direction. Because we are not in a position to chant constantly. That's why we should be engaged in other practical devotional service, because mind is very restless for Kali Yuga people. And during chanting, mind flickers the most. So therefore, Chanting is very, very important activity, but we are not in a position to chant all the time. That's why Prabhupada has given the system of service. And when we serve, then what happens? We get purified. But I recommend that Name Ruchi will come from Vaishnav Seva. So when we serve the devotees, by the mercy of the devotees, we get attachment for the chanting. The chanting itself is most important, but along with chanting, we have to serve the devotees. And also, we should be very, very careful not offending the Vaishnavas. If you keep on offending the Vaishnavas, then what will happen? If you keep on chanting for millions of lifetimes, you will not get any taste in the holy name.
Very much just go into detail. So if the person, after he's done his 16 round, he's got, say, like 5-6 hours free on his hand, well, how would you proportionally dividing it, that 5 or 6 hours, into chanting, hearing, and reading?
Prabhupada said studying Prabhupada's books is most important activity also, along with chanting. You have to read Prabhupada said minimum 2 hours every day. You have to chant 16 rounds minimum. So this minimum should be done. So we have to attend Mangala Aarti, we have to attend Guru Puja, we have to hear Srimad Bhagavatam class, we have to do all these activities. And after finishing all these activities, minimum activities, then if you have time, then you can chant more. It's not a problem.
So,
Thank you,
Maharaj,
Maharaj.
just want to rephrase that, summarize. So 2 hours is minimum chanting, and 16 rounds is minimum. 2 hours is minimum reading. 2
But
hours.
say that somewhere minimum 2 hours, someone says minimum 1 hour, someone is saying minimum 4-5 hours. But at
Okay.
least some minimum allotment of time should be given reading Prabhupada's books every day.
And then hearing also at least 1 to 2 hours, like 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening.
That's Prabhupada's standard, but at least
Yeah,
one
that's
hour.
proper standard. Yeah, I know those who have time, Maharaj. Here the point was Braj Kumar Prabhu was raising those who have extra time. Yeah, thank you so much. And Lokeshwar Prabhu.
Extra time should be used for service or sadhana. Now,
Sadhana.
either of these two.
Yeah, thank you so much, Maharaj. Lokeshwar Prabhu followed by Kishore Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, we all used to do multitasking, like and while chanting as well, doing other activity and chanting is definitely offensive chanting. But what about reading some scriptures and doing chanting? Is that considered as offensive as well?
Definitely. When you chant, you should chant only. No other activity.
Okay.
At least those 16 rounds japa should be done exclusively. There is no multitasking in chanting. But while you are cooking, so you can cook and hear Prabhupada lecture, you can hear kirtan, that's all right. But when you are chanting on your beads for 16 rounds, exclusive chanting, even Prabhupada never wanted to hear Prabhupada's chanting also. We should focus on our own chanting and hearing.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you, Maharaj. Kishore Prabhu. You're on mute, Kishore Prabhu. Unmute.
Yeah, sorry. Hare Krishna Maharaji. So I just want to know this: what stages can we achieve if we continue, if we leave our body at Namaparad chanting, Namabhas chanting, and when we take Shuddhanam? So what is our destination when we leave the body at Namaparad?
When you leave body in the level of Namaparad, we get material prosperity, means you'll get higher birth in the upper planetary system or in opulent family. Then if you do in the Namavas, you get mukti, liberation. And if you chant purely, you get love of Godhead.
Just one more follow-up question, Maharaji. After getting liberation, do you have to fall down again to get to Shuddhanam, or else what will be the next? What will happen next?
What kind of liberation depends on that. There are 5 kinds of liberation. But when you talk about Sajujya Mukti, means merging into the effulgence, that you cannot stay for a long, long time. But that is also Mukti.
Okay. So by doing Namabhas chant, sorry, Namabhas chanting, we attain Sayujya Mukti. Is that right, Maharaji?
Yeah.
Okay, so further, after some time, we need to fall again from.
No. Mukti means mukti. You are eternally, you are gone. You are mukta.
But just one more follow-up question, Maharaji. What if someone is trying for Shuddhanam, but he leaves his body at Namabhas chanting?
So you'll get an opportunity, just like Ajamil got, or the Ajamil chanted at the level of Namabhas. He got the second chance and practiced Suddhanam and went back home, back to Godhead.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Right. Thank you so much, Kishore Prabhu, for asking those questions. And yeah, it looks like there are no questions, and we are very, very grateful for Maharaj's time this morning. And we have a session this afternoon on family life in Krishna consciousness. Maharaj will be speaking in the temple at 1 o'clock. Please do come and take association. Association is one of the key things in our devotional service, and we rarely get the opportunity here in Manchester. So I humbly request devotees, please do come and take the association. Hearing in person would be more effective, very effective. So please do come and let's express our gratitude to Maharaj by unmuting one loud Hare Krishna mantra. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.
Prabhupada ki
We
jai.
will,
Thank you,
we
Maharaj.
shall see
Thank you,
you, Maharaj,
Maharaji.
later.
Thank you, Maharaj.